I'm here to right a wrong that I made a long time ago. And that's that I'm going to finally beat Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Now, it's not going to be right now. I'm still, I don't know, maybe halfway through the game, maybe a little less. I'm not even sure, to be honest with you. But it's going to happen. Now, you're probably asking yourself, dude, you are a big gamer. You've been playing games your whole life. And that's true. I started playing games when I was 5 years old. I'm 43. So why Sekiro? Why did Sekiro get the best of you the first time? What happened? And I really don't have an answer. I mean, I could guess. 2019, I was playing this on Xbox. It ran at 30 frames a second. Not very good. And as much as I like the Xbox, I gotta admit, the controller, at least the triggers, not really the best for a game like this. Very heavily dependent on smacking your controller at the last second to get these really cool blocks and parries and standing toe-to-toe with some fierce enemies who are attacking very, very rapidly. It's kind of hard to do that on a controller. And listen, I love my Elite Controller Series too. I've talked a lot about it. I'm a big fan of that controller. Not for a game like this. I think the trigger buttons for an Xbox do a game like this a massive disservice. So, be me, 2019. Not really much into Dark Souls games yet. Getting there, right? I mean, definitely, I'm a fan of Dark Souls. I know what it is. But not to the level I am now. Not like a 9-time Elden Lord. Not somebody who has invested so much time in these games and starts to understand, I should say. I'm not a pro. You're going to see it here in a second. I'm sure I'm going to get hit. Definitely not a pro. But, I didn't understand now what I did. I don't understand back then what I do now about how to play. I wasn't using the tool set right. I was just spamming attack and healing, kind of cheesing the game, kind of being a big dork. And honestly, I didn't know. And I brute forced my way, honestly. I should get a medal for getting as far as I did, for playing it as bad as I did. Honestly, I really should, because I think back to my gameplay and I'm like, wow, I didn't do any of this stuff back then. I didn't use any of these skills. I didn't even block these guys. I'd run at them and I do a very basic lunge attack, and then I'd run away and I do it over and over again. I cheesed everybody. I couldn't get the timing down. So, yeah, I mean, hey, the fact that I made it to, the true final boss and, actually held my own, pretty impressive. I'm going to give myself an A for effort there, for real. But it wasn't enough at the end. The game is going to win in the sense that it's going to make you play a particular way, and I just wasn't wanting to do that. That's all there was to it. And I regret that. I think about Sekiro a lot, and I always thought one day I'm going to get back into it. So in typical fashion, when is that day? Well, it's when I'm on travel with my buddy Big C, and we're in a hotel room in Fort Benning, and I'm like, today's the day, Corey. We're going to fire this up. We're going to play Sekiro together, and I'm going to prove to myself once and for all that I'm actually not as bad as I thought I was. And I gotta admit, playing really for the first time sitting next to Corey, I was kind of scared. Not so much of Corey picking on me or whatever, but just more of maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was. Maybe all this training I've done, and all these games I've played, maybe I just don't have it. And maybe I'm just gonna get into that first boss fight and I'm just going to get destroyed, and I'm just going to have wasted $30 on a game, and I'm going to be miserable, and I'm going to be like, you know what? I can't believe I did this to myself, and I can't believe I invested this in this game, and how dare I? And I really was nervous, and the first boss comes, and you know what? I beat him. And I'm not going to say soundly it was a flawless victory. I mean, you could see me right now struggling a little bit with a kind of a large crowd of people, right? But no, genuinely, I beat him, and I was like, that's actually really, really cool. I'm really proud of myself. So I did. I beat him, and I was like, okay, well, let's go on to the next one. And we did. And the next one. And the next one. And I'm like, okay, well, we get to this character, we get to the butterfly fight, that's it. I remember spending 3 weeks the last time on this girl, running around, doing shurikens, trying to figure out how to attack her. And see, I died. That's how good I am. Like I didn't know, right? And I beat her. It took me a couple tries. I'm not gonna say it was the first try. It definitely wasn't. But I'd say within like 20 minutes, I had the pattern down enough that like I was actually able to hold my own. Not like there. And I did. And I was like, that is freaking awesome. So I'm back and I'm going to do it this time on the PlayStation 5 Pro, this time with my Pro controller. I like the PlayStation controller better. I like the trigger buttons better on the PlayStation controller. And I can kind of play the game for the most part the way it was meant to be played. A little bit of stealth, a little bit of run and gun, taking my time, upgrading my character, learning all the abilities, learning all the new moves. And I'm very, very excited for that. And I don't know how much of this journey I'm going to broadcast on Twitch because honestly, I get stuck a little bit, sure, right? And I don't know how fun it is for you guys to sit there and watch me like theorycraft. I don't even know how good this video is going to turn out considering that, I was doing pretty good until like that dude just destroyed me in the stairway, right? But I'll tell you what, I'm not giving up again. And this is like my testament to myself that like I could do this. And I just want to say that, in a sea of zillions of games, we just got done with the State of Play. We just got done with all the news from Tokyo Game Show. There's a lot of news coming out. There's a lot of games coming out. They're going to be vying for your time very, very soon. And they're all great. Not to mention probably a very massive backlog of games that you are currently going through like I am. Plus all the games that have already come out earlier in this year that you want to play that you haven't yet, like me. Plus all the new games you already know for sure these are coming out, like Battlefield 6 and all these other amazing games. We just saw the trailer for Wolverine, although that's not till later, right? You're like, man, do I really have time for this kind of game? And I'm going to tell you, this game has aged incredibly well. It looks so good on a good TV. The frame rate is locked 60 frames a second. The graphics look good. It's violent. The sound is good. The combat is snappy and like it feels rewarding when you do the right thing. And I'm here to tell you it is absolutely worth checking out and playing. I think it holds up well. And I mean, it's a From Software game. So like by default, these guys know what they're doing. Like they make some of the best games in the world. And this was definitely really outside of their comfort zone. I think especially when you look at how some of their other games were played, like, very meticulous, right? Like Dark Souls, you're going slow, you got your shield, you're kind of taking your time. This game, you're standing in front of somebody, it's like you hit me, I hit you. We take turns parrying, we're like watching stamina management, all these wonderful things, right? It works, and I think they should be commended for that. And if nothing else, I want to not that this game needs me, it doesn't. But I want to just re-emphasize that, I want more of this from Software. Like, this formula works. It feels really good. And even with all the dopey frame pacing issues that has always plagued that studio, especially with some of the later titles, maybe because this one's older and you're just throwing so much hardware at a game that's as dated as this one is, I'm not really sure. But it works well and it feels good. And the controls are snappy enough and all of the skills and the abilities you get, it works. So check it out. My only regret, honestly, or complaint, I guess I should say, it's very difficult to buy physical copies of old games. And I really tried. I was going through Facebook Marketplace and I was going through Amazon and eBay and I was trying to find somebody who was willing to sell a copy of this game that was in decent condition for under $100. And you know what? I couldn't. So I broke down and I bought digital, and I'm not happy with myself. I don't like digital. I don't want to buy digital. I'd rather have a disc. I'm a forever physical guy. But I want to enjoy that experience forever, and I can't because it's digital. So I got the stupid license, and I gotta like check in every couple hours to let them know that like I'm not stealing the game and it's stupid. But okay, whatever. But do yourself a favor and get into this experience. Really lose yourself in it. Take your time to learn the mechanics and be rewarded for, what is really an amazing game, honestly. So I'm going to leave it here. Actually, for revenge, before I close the video, I'm actually done recording. I don't have anything else to say to you guys. But I want to beat this guy just for, to prove on, camera that, I actually did it. So we're going to do it together real quick. I hope. and we're gonna knock this dude out, and then that's it. And then I'm gonna go off and play some more, and enjoy this experience. And I think you should do the same thing. And find some time to relive one of the coolest experiences, I think, ever. Trust me when I tell you, when you figure out the flow of this game, and you're doing blocks and stuff like that, and you can counter and take out enemies, you will feel like the biggest badass on the planet. And that's what this game rewards you with. And when you lose, yes, it's gonna feel like crap, and you're like, oh, this game cheated, and no way, and how dare they? But when they do, you're going to look back on it, and you're going to say, you know what? I screwed up. I know exactly where I screwed up. I bit off more than I could chew. My block was too early. My block was too late. I should have thinned the pack out. I should have used my ninja tools to be a more effective fighter, whatever it is, okay? So we'll wrap it up here. I'm back, baby. You need to do yourself a favor and go check this game out if you haven't. And if you already beat it, like I said, go play it again and enjoy it, because I am. Love you guys. Take care, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side. Bye-bye.